morning on the fan. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Yeah.
Did you go back to return it?
Yes.
Did you throw her through the window?
Did I throw who through the window?
The bitch who sold you the watch.
Sam, what are you talking about?
That's what I would have done.
I know that's what you would have done, so that's why you're in court now.
Listen.
No.
I'm going to go trick-or-treating tonight.
Uh-huh.
Want to know where I'm going as?
Who?
See if you can guess, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to stuff myself with pillows.
Right.
And I'm going to get a goofy mask.
Right.
And I'm going to carry a big old pizza.
You're going as George Foreman.
No.
Okay.
Buster Douglas.
Buster Douglas.
Yeah. See, I thought you were going to think I was going to be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle with a pizza, but I was not. I was going to go with Buster.
Mm.
See, if I stuck a stack of pancakes under my chin, I could go with you.
It's 15 after 8.
Ooh.
15 after 8. I was
Ooh. It's scary. It's ghosts and goblins.
Here's Mike bringing the sports. Good morning, Mike.
Amityville Horror.
Shut up, Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Good morning, Mike. Morning, Imus.
Imus in the morning on the fan. Sports Radio 66, WFAN.
Rhythm and blues vocal performance by a chicken neck male goes to Keith Richards look-alike Don Imus. Want to stagger on up here, Dono? Mine and a Band-Aid. This thing would get up off the bun, go back out and graze. Thank you. Boy, a burger like that, you can understand why Paul and Linda are vegetarians, huh?
Fine.
And give me another Stoli with a twist, will you?
Scott, we're on the
That's
air
a good
here.
girl. What a set of knockers on that one, huh?
Scott, we're live.
She got legs that go all the way up there. What? Oh, Scottso here with you, live from the Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah.
The big news this week from the world of rock and roll, the 33rd Annual Grammy Awards. A lot of hooky-dooky over there at Radio City Music Hall. A veritable cornucopia of rock's luminaries in town. And I think I speak for just about everybody when I say, who gives a I've never seen such a sorry-ass bunch of so-called celebrities in my f***ing life. I mean, give me a break. Years ago, at a typical Grammy show, you'd have the Beatles, the Stones, 4 or 5 of the Motown Negroes, Supremes, Little Stevie Wonder. Now who do you have? Vanilla Ice and the Kentucky Headhunters. The Kentucky Keep hunting, fellas. You can do a little better than those. You know, you're not doing all that much to put an end to those stereotypes about Southern inbreeding. I mean, if I pulled into a gas station and that glassy-eyed goober with the mutton chops popped out from behind the pumps, I wouldn't even let him check my f***ing oil. You know, it's pretty sad when the best thing you can say about a new artist nominee is that their tattoos are all spelled correctly. And this f***ing fruit Vanilla Ice, could somebody please answer a question for me?
Yeah.
How come they call him Vanilla? Is it because he's white or because he looks like he got his hair cut off a Mr. Softy truck? Vanilla Ice Cream Conehead. Kiss my white ass, you little homo. And why the hell does every rap artist feel he has to drag that nut job Flavor Flav out to take a bow? I mean, just because he has the tuxedo? Or they want to know what time it is? I mean, what's the deal with that? Gary Shandling is the MC. When was the last time that liver-lipped was funny, huh? Answer me. Give it up, Gary. Johnny gave you the heave-ho for Jay Leno. You couldn't even keep your shitty show on Showtime. Go back to playing Yuck-Yucks in Yonkers, will ya? Bette Midler, From a Distance. Not enough distance, if you ask me. I can't get far enough away from that loudmouth tub of You know, she lost it once she started to do pictures for Disney.
Yeah.
I liked her a hell of a lot better when she used to shake her jugs for the fairies down in the village. Go back to the bathhouse, Bet. They need you, babe. And that commie kiwi fruit, Sinead O'Connor, how happy am I she decided to Hey, where the hell is my Stoli? What am I, a sack of shit? What do I have to do to get a f***ing drink around here?
With Scott Munie.
Set my dick on fire? Hey.
In the morning.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think what?
I don't think so.
Are you drinking?
What happened?
Lou!
What?
What, did we
happened?
get tired of making edits in it?
What's wrong with it? Ruffino!
Oh,
Oh my God.
Imus in the morning.
of this war, well past the 11 days that you predicted it would last, and in light now of the ground war and stuff, how do you think this thing is going to turn out now? Colonel Hagwerth?
Well, you don't mean to put me on the spot, Don. But I will just say to you that if you checked your facts, I'm sure you'll find I predicted 47 days and not 11, Mr. Smarty Pants. And if you ask me how this thing's going to turn out one more time, Don.
Bernard.
This is Hack. That's not Colonel Hackworth.
Call me Hack, Don.
I'm calling you Bernard.
What is going on
Don,
Yes.
do you have any more questions for Colonel Hackworth?
Yes, I have several questions here, Bernard, but I mean, this is not like the Don Cricky thing you do. This is pathetic.
Don?
What?
What?
This is not funny. Bernard, get back in here. You're an idiot.
Can you say Jerry Nackman?
All right, let me ask you, all right? I understand, Hack, you were out with the Kuwaiti Special Forces Unit. What was that like?
Let me tell you, Don, they're some very, very good-looking troops. They're big, strapping Arab guys with mustaches and big chests
Right.
and ample buttocks, and they can lambada like no Puerto Rican I've ever seen, Don.
All right, one final question, Hack.
Call me Hack, Don.
I'm calling you Hack. Have you been able to straighten out that nutcase Charles Jaco yet?
Oh, you mean the Scud Pud, Don?
The Scud Pud?
No, I haven't had a chance to get my hands around his neck, though I'll tell you, Don, I was able to sneak into his hotel room while he was out, and I emptied his bottle of minoxidil. He is going bald, and I replaced it with epoxy glue, Don. And wouldn't you know, Don, that after the next Scud Alert, this boat...
Imus in the morning on Sports Radio 66. The Fan, WFAN.
Makes AIDS look like razor rash. God almighty, man. Is there no way to just simply get rid of this freak of nature before he delivers the Constitution, flag, Bill of Rights, and Declaration of Independence to Saddam Hussain, for God's sake?
Yeah.
How about your friend, this John Gotti fellow, or Al Marchese, the organ grinder who sends all that hate mail to letters to the editor? I mean, he's already got the jackboots and the khakis. He'd hit a former government official just for the exercise, right?
Oh, probably.
Because somebody has got to stuff this turncoat sea bag down his throat once and for all.
Yeah.
By God, I'm proud to say that Ramsey Clark was not this president's attorney general. Let's be perfectly clear on that point. No, I had a real attorney general, John Mitchell. Now there was a, help me out here.
A felon.
Right, a felon, and a damn loyal one, too, who wouldn't sell out his country. Yeah. Let's just move on, okay?
Good.
Issue 2, page 6, better titled Page Sex. After all the sexual revelations reported the other day from Willie Nelson to Fidel Castro, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
First, Willie Nelson is being sued by a woman who claims he was on her mind and every other damn thing for 9 hours and concluded by performing a backflip.
Yeah.
Who the hell are they writing about here? Willie Nelson or Willie Galt? Reminds me the night I turned over to Pat there, and I thought Willie Nelson was in our bed. Well, it's a damned odd place to put a cowboy hat, if you're asking me. And then page 6 reveals that music mogul David Geffen may be playing both the A side and the B side with the same needle, eh? Gee, somebody in the entertainment field bisexual?
Yeah.
Say, there's a real shocker, right, I man?
I man?
Yeah.
Why are you getting red? Well, issue 3, also a page 6 item. Fidel Castro, stogie-smoking Cuban communist and Ramsey Clark admirer, no doubt, had hundreds of lovers, a passel of bastard offspring, and boorish bed habits? Yeah. Sound like anybody you know? You needn't answer that. Anyway, the CIA had it just backwards, in my view, when they tried to assassinate Castro. Obviously, instead of trying to get him to smoke an exploding stogie, they should have sent him an exploding woman to smoke his stogie. One puff and poof. And that's opinion, J.D. Dissing with a dick man, as you prefer it. And thank you. Here, smoke this.
I'm in the morning.
Play a mean banjo there, Bubba. I mean, really, check this out. He's f***ing clueless. Give my best to Andy and Barney and Floyd the Barber, will ya?
Scott, we're on the air here.
Boy, is that an idiot looking for a village or what? That there's an example of some closely matched chromosomes. Think his DNA's missing a few strands? Well, if you're gonna farm animals, you gotta risk... What? Oh, Scotzo here with you, live from the Hard Rock Cafe. And as the Gulf War takes what may very well be its final turn, I'd like to take this opportunity to comment on the dearth, the total lack, the absolute complete absence of anti-war songs. You know, back in the 60s, there were so many protests. Every time you turn around, there was that annoying little commie, that bestial Bolshevik Joan Baez, belting out some bull ballad. Boy, am I glad she's not around anymore. A couple of tours with Dylan, I guess she finally realized, this. By the way, where was Dylan throughout? You would have thought at least he would have come up with something.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have been able to understand it, but it would have been there. I mean, if you're gonna sing in Hebrew, at least make a record to help comfort the Israelis. There he'd be in that stupid f***ing hat of his. Did you see that on the Grammys? Kept taking it off, putting it on. Stop f***ing with it, Robert. Makes you look like Stan Laurel. But seriously, there just aren't any more where have all the flowers gone?
No.
Well, if you ask me, Mary Travers ate them. You know, I saw her on PBS with those other two clowns, Peter and Paul. Did these two guys ever have hair? The three of them look pretty f***ing stupid, if you ask me. 3 60-year-old ex-beatniks. Woody Guthrie is flipping in his f***ing grave. No wonder Phil Oakes croaked himself.
God.
But there just aren't any good Eve of Destruction. How about the Buffalo Springfields, for what it's worth?
Yeah.
You better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody, look what's going down.
Yeah.
Or who was that one-hit wonder Jew? What was his name? Norman Greenberg, Spirit in the Sky. No, the best they can come up with nowadays is Sinead O'Connor. Honey, if you're going to boycott appearing in public to protest, it's going to incite war, not stop it. She's using the war as an excuse not to perform. We may never see peace in our lifetime. Third world countries falling all over each other. They get nuclear capability just to keep this bald-headed bimbo off the stage. The only anti-war effort I heard from the music business should never have been done anyway. That embarrassing remake of John's Give Peace a Chance.
Yeah.
As an anthem, it's eloquent in its simplicity. A masterpiece from the mind of John Lennon. Did it work? No. So why the f*** are we remaking it? Why don't you repaint the f***ing Sistine Chapel while you're at it? Give it another couple of... Here's what I say. The fish cheer. Give me an F. Give me a U. Give me a C. Hey, give me those f***ing nachos.
Scott Munie, where rock lives.
In my pants.
Imus in the morning.
Today's guest commentator, the former U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, Gene Kirkpatrick.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Too little, too late. Saddam Hussein's last gasp attempt to cling to his dictatorship in Iraq will be just that, a last gasp. Did you happen to catch Saddam's Baghdad radio withdrawal announcement? Jesus, what war is this guy watching? He obviously ain't watching the one I'm watching on CNN here. To hear him tell it, the Iraqi army was, quote, withdrawing by having just taken over planet Earth. There hasn't been a more screwed up way of looking at a situation in which you've just had your butt handed to you since those overinflated gas bags on the Oakland A's declared themselves the best team in baseball after Cincinnati yanked their pants down for them in 4 straight. Oh, by the way, separated at birth, Saddam Hussein and Marge Schott? Think about it. The only difference I can see in them is that she shaves her mustache. But that's off my point here, which is just this. This dope of the dunes over there is about to be turned into a gelding by our guys, and he's going to tell us what conditions he'll accept to end the war? Well, pardon me, Saddam Hussein, but I don't think so. Is there any way to get a few facts through to this camel-humping heathen? Hello, sod man? Anybody home in the old bunker there? 30-nation coalition to the sod man. Can you see the pictures on CNN? Over. Those 30,000 doofuses sitting in the desert in their underwear are your army, fool. They all went south, largely to get the hell away from you. Jesus, this is frustrating. The elite Republican Guard? We got 80-year-old English as a second language rent-a-cops staggering around the studio here who could whip the elite Republican Guard. Who the hell made those 4,000 tanks we heard so much about? Edsel Ford? Whoever it was, they left out a gear. Forward. Cut me some slack here. So, what should we do now? I'll tell you what. Chase those bastards of Baghdad, that's what, and then drill down and squeeze this tin horn pipsqueak out of there just like performing a root canal. This is the unwed mother of all battles, and Saddam Hussein is its illegitimate son. He's backed himself into the mother of all corners, and at this point, we're stupid if we let him out. And that's worldview, Imo, from a very fed-up former ambassador to that idiotic UN. Blow that dump up, too. And thank you very much. Peace.
Imus in the morning.